Welcome to New Hampshire's Wild Side. I'm Christina Lupi.
And I'm Mark Beauchesne. We'll take you behind the scenes of the New Hampshire Fish and Game Department to learn more about the people and projects of your Fish and Wildlife Agency.
We'll also give you tips and tactics that you can use to make the most out of your time in New Hampshire's woods and waters.
And along the way, we'll meet real people who love life outdoors.
Now, let's discover more about New Hampshire's Wild Side.
I have been hunting since I was 12 years old. Now I'm 21, so a little while here. I started hunting with my dad, just deer hunting on youth weekend.
Are you excited?
My little brother and I always loved being outside. And we just started deer hunting, romping around when we were little, stomping through the woods way too loud, but I never really thought that I would be into upland bird hunting. I had seen it, I talked about it, I knew people that did it. It looked cool, but I had just never really thought deeply enough about doing it until my freshman year of college when I thought it'd be a great idea to get a puppy first semester. Dad, can I get a puppy? Sure. So, lo and behold, brought home my little mutt I adopted from Tennessee. Gomer is a Beagle Coonhound mix that I had no intentions of hunting with. But I got him home and we started doing some basic obedience training, and I'd take him for walks off leash and he would see these little groups of Tweety birds and he just had to run through them and make them fly. A family friend of mine, he gave me a couple of wings from a pheasant that he had shot, and I tied a string to him, started dragging him through the grass, and Gomer started smelling him, and he was all about it. So I was like, all right, we'll take the dog pheasant hunting, why not? His prey drive was definitely helpful. He would love seeking out and finding anything that I set him to. Birds especially, because they were exciting. The first pheasant season came around and went from dragging feathers around on the ground to, okay, it's opening day of stalking. So we took him out and we're pretty unsuccessful at first. He didn't really get it at first, but he wanted to. Eventually, he kind of stumbled upon a live bird and then things started to click for him.
Come around. Fetch it up.
That was fun.
That's a good boy.
Look at that, that's awesome.
That's my hound dog. That's a good boy.
We hunted last fall, and then over the winter, my mom's boyfriend, Mike, was mentioned that he takes his dog to this place called New England Upland and asked if we'd want to come to see A, how his dog hunts, and B, to see what this place was all about. And so we came up and we had a blast.
Attaboy.
We hunted over Mike's dog. And
that's my good dog.
The next time we came, we brought Gomer.
Good boy, you gonna find another bird?
And he learned so much just from the first day that he was here.
Come around.
The young girl that shows up with a coonhound to a stalking site is not your traditional upland hunter. So we did face a couple people that didn't think we should be there. We got told to go home a couple of times, take your mutt, get out of here kind of thing. So that was a bit of a bummer because I had a lot of support through all of it, through my family and through family friends who just said, you know, just ignore them, just keep going. But you know, it's difficult when somebody tells you you're not supposed to be there to want to go back.
Come around, too far.
Yeah, there it goes. Coming up. It's you. There you go.
Fetch it up. Come on. Atta boys. That's my good boys. Come here.
Those things were kind of hard, but
That's a good boy.
you know, you do just have to ignore what people tell you and just keep going and keep, you know, believing that your dog, you know, as long as he's happy, just be happy. And that was big for us. He has a good time regardless of whether we find a bird or not. So to him, we're just going for a walk in the woods. If he happens to smell something and he gets on it, then he's happy as a clam. But if not, okay, we got to go for a walk today, if nothing else.
It's getting really birdy. Fetch it up.
Consider us a work in progress.
Good boy.
Good boy. That's a good boy.
Look at that.
Good job, buddy. That's a good boy. All right, buddy. Ready? Let's go.
Come on up the hill.
Up we go.
Use the hashtag #BetterOutside when you share photos and videos showing how you connect with life outdoors. And don't forget to tag New Hampshire Fish and Game on Facebook and Instagram.
With over 975 lakes and ponds to play on, it's better outside because we're here connecting you to life outdoors. Now watch this. I got one. Come up with a bass, a smallmouth. Oh, pike. We'll see if I can get him in. What is a swim bait?
A swim bait, a lot of people have different definitions of this, and it goes round and round. Some people will just say any bait of a fairly big size that looks and swims like a real fish. I think probably originally the term was more for baits very much like these, plastic, rubber, or rubber baits that swim. You know, usually the tail is what makes them move.
The action's built in, so when I cast this out, I'm just to retrieve at what rate?
Usually the slower the better.
Well, I'm interested in trying these out. In fact, I'm very excited about it because I know what's in here for fish, and if I was a fish that big, I'd want a meal just like this.
You might see them come up later into shallower water later in the day. One of the best parts about doing the swim bait stuff is the emails and the pictures people send you. Almost daily, somebody sends me something.
That's cool.
Caught my new personal best. A lot of my business is fairly local, a lot of New England. Sometimes you get some big surprises from California too. But it's just so nice to be a part of people catching these nice fish, you know?
Well, I think having them stories coming back at you is better than any dollar.
Yeah, it's the reward you get out of it, you know. And the inventing, designing, the fishing, that's all a lot of fun. The production a little less so. So that, you know, your reward ends up being things like that.
Oh, I got something. I got one. Don't know if it's a bass. It's probably a smallmouth. Pike.
We'll see if I can get him in.
We landed him. Nice job, Joe.
Nice little film. That's not too big, but pretty.
It's on the board. I think there's gonna be a pike in here. It just looks too good. Looks too good. Fish.
Got one?
Trying to keep this guy. He's just laying low right now. Oh my! Oh my! Got some friends in Minnesota that want this for muskies. If they're not, they're making a mistake.
This one might be a while. That's a big one.
Yeah, we're not gonna rush this guy. This is 40 inches. Swing it right into it. Pull the line. Largest freshwater fish available in New Hampshire. Maybe you'll find a lake trout at 20 pounds, but man, Joe, that's crazy. That was fun. They ate that golden shiner like nobody's business. Let's go see if we can find another one.
In front of the boat.
Oh.
Everything happens at once. There's a swim bait in there somewhere.
Ow, I heard that. Give me the jaw spreaders. Send those in the lake. We hope you enjoyed this episode of New Hampshire's Wild Side. Be sure to check back for new content at nhwildside.com. I'm Mark Beauchesne.
And I'm Christina Lupi. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. To learn more about life outdoors and New Hampshire Fish and Game, check out some of these videos. And be sure to subscribe.